Excuse me, sir. Take your hand off the lens, please.
They're quick to call security.
You guys leave the property for us, please.
Excuse me, don't push me, sir.
They even call the cops.
Been asked to leave. It's private property.
And the lawyers too.
Have you?
Well,
Have you?
whether I have or not
Have you?
is not the point.
Anything to avoid answering a question.
Why not, sir?
Oh yes it does. He's George Halliday, General Manager of Able Car Hire, one of the most complained about companies we've seen for some time. Tonight, how we set them up and how we caught them out.
Beware of able to lie.
Rebecca Pera wants to tell the whole world about her experience with Able. She hired a people mover and was charged more than $600 in insurance excess for this tiny mark on the undercarriage. Can you see it?
The actual scratch would have cost $50. As my husband said, you could fix it with whiteout.
You were actually down on your hands and knees trying to see this mark.
Down on our hands and knees. It was tucked in under the car in the most inconspicuous area.
Have you guys heard of the term general wear and tear? Are you aware that if you send a car out and it gets 30,000 kilometres on it, it's not going to come back to you in showroom conditions, sir?
It's a separate business within their business is actually making money out of people's damage. And they certainly made some money out of me.
They certainly did. John Mitchell also hired from Able and was charged more than $1,400.
So this is your repair bill here?
Yeah, yep, and as you can see, my damage was on the left-hand side of the car, and they're charging me to remove items on the right-hand side of the car. How does that work?
Well, the answer to that question leads us to this. Able's own accident repair centre. It's a cosy little fit. You see, damage Able's car, you'll have it repaired by Able's mechanics, and you'll pay Able's prices. And they're exorbitant.
G'day, mate. How you going?
I recently decided to take advantage of Able's $29 a day deal.
But then there's rego fee, booking fee, stuff like that.
So how much all up?
$97.12.
So much for that. Still, I took the new Nissan Tita straight to Jason Dodge.
The more damage we found, the more money we got paid in commissions.
Jason's a former Able employee, sacked after lodging a claim for $10,000 in unpaid entitlements. I asked him to inspect my hire car for damage and tell me what he would have charged when he worked at Able.
And we'd probably charge about $2,750 or something like that. It's only a stone chip, but we still do charge for stone chips. We've got another couple of marks there.
It's a money machine, this, isn't it?
Better than the pokies.
Better than the pokies.
It sure is. $12,000 in damage all up.
I would think a Tita of this age would be written off for $12,000, and it's certainly not a write-off.
David Weatherall is a reputable mechanic with 40 years' experience. I also took my Able hire car to him for an independent assessment.
How much that one?
There would be no charge for that. It would be a brush touch.
$500?
No. You could buy a mag wheel for that, and it's not a mag wheel. It's a plastic wheel cover. You would remove these marks in a normal detail of a vehicle.
What would you be looking at to get this into spot condition?
$300.
$300?
$300.
Thanks, David. But before you go, can you work some magic on the bumper to make it look like we've been hit? Great. Now, let's see what happens when I return the car to Able.
You know what happened here, do you?
No, mate, no.
I just have to process it as a damaged vehicle.
Right.
Able's employee was wanting to charge me more than $300 for damage that didn't exist. I don't think so, so out came my cloth as I wiped it away in front of his face. But listen to this.
Go on.
It really doesn't matter how much you rub it. The fact is that the damage was on the car when it was returned to us.
Now, the strange thing is, if Able's charging you, the renting public, thousands of dollars to bring these cars up to scratch, then why on earth is this car here still absolutely riddled with them? Where's the money going?
You've screwed up big time, you know you have, and you're running and you're hiding. It's as simple as that, isn't it? Look at you.
That's alarming, isn't it? After so many of those complaints, the Queensland Fair Trading Minister has now launched an investigation into Able Car Hire. And it's not the first time the company has been in trouble with authorities. In 2001, it was fined $100,000 for winding back the mileage on rental cars.